Why aren't koala bears real bears? They don't have the right koala-fications. We're going to be drawing koalas today. Get your markers, get your white paper. Meet me back here. Hey everybody. For my koala today, I'm going to use my black marker, my pink marker, and a gray marker. Let's get started. Okay, so the main shape of my koala, its head, which is going to be the focus here of my little cartoon koala, is kind of like a rounded triangle. Kind of looks like a little gumdrop shape. There are no sharp edges on this triangle. Just like that. In the middle of the head shape, we're going to do the nose. Right in the middle. Another little gumdrop shape. Just like that. And underneath that, we're going to do the mouth and the muzzle. So we're going to do a little line under here. And a tiny little line that's the mouth right there. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in this little black nose. Koala bears have such cute black noses. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is the eyes. Now I'm going to try a new shape of eye today. It's a bit it's kind of curved and kind of slanted. We're going to do this top of the eye where the top of the nose starts. We'll come down like this. We're going to do the same on the other side. Facing the opposite direction. And then in the center of the eye, we're going to do a regular circle. Like that. And a regular circle. Like that. Now the white parts on the side of the white circle, I'm going to just fill in with my marker. Now this koala, I'm going to add a couple little eyelashes too. She's a girl and she's sweet. Little eyelashes. Okay, the next part of my koala is going to be her ears. So I'm going to go down about a centimeter or two from the top of the head, and I'm going to do kind of like a circle, but koalas are very furry. So I'm going to make my edges look a bit furry. And they have these great fluffy furry ears. I'm going to do the inner part of the ear along the same shape where the hair goes right down to the head. I'm going to do the same on the other side. The fur goes right down to the head, and do a similar shape on the inside. Great! So we've got the head of our koala. Now our koala is going to be hanging in a tree, and that's where they like to hang out. But we're going to do the side of our koala's body here. So I'm going to come outside the head just about here. And down the body like this. And her little arm is going to be coming underneath her chin here, out, holding onto this tree. And I'm going to do, her arm comes out like this. show a little bit of her fluffy tummy. We'll see that in a second. So her arm comes out like this. Her leg is going to come just slightly under the arm. She's using her leg as well to hold on to this tree. Now this part in here is actually her white tummy. They have these awesome fluffy tummies. And they've got some pretty grippy claws. So I'm going to draw a couple of claws here. They're going to be holding onto this tree that I haven't quite drawn yet. Now I'm going to do the tree a little bit on an angle so that the top will come right out of the head, coming up this way to the edge of my paper, and then just below the feet here, down. And they like to hang out on gum trees, which have eucalyptus leaves, and they are massive. So we're not even going to show the other side of this tree here. I'm going to do a little tail on my koala. It comes out here. Okay, so we've got our tree, our koala. They love to eat these eucalyptus leaves. This one I think we caught mid-snack. So I'm going to do a little branch that she's holding on to. So I like these leaves that come out. Just like that. Okay, so now that we have the outline of our koala, we're going to go ahead and fill her in. Okay, so I'm going to use my pink marker first. I don't need to use it very much, but I'm going to do the inner parts of her ears pink. Now she is a cartoon koala. Normally you'd find this color white or maybe like a creamy color, but for this drawing we're going to make it pink. And do the inner part of her ear, and the same over here. Now we call them koala bears, but they're not actually bears, they're marsupials. And that means they're a type of animal that has cares for its young in a pouch. And that's one of the distinct things about koala bears is they use their pouch to carry their babies. Okay, now I'm just going to do a little bit of pink where her mouth is, right down there. And then just close to her eyes, I'm going to add some pink cheeks that'll kind of show up once we add that gray. Now, one of the cool things I've been learning about koalas is that they have 2 thumbs. Can you imagine? The first time I looked at their hands, I thought, oh, well, that's bizarre. But they actually have 2 thumbs. And then they have 3 other fingers. So they just have 5 fingers on their hands or their paws, but 2 of them are thumbs. That helps them climb trees. They spend pretty much all their time in trees. They can do everything they need to there. And they're pretty picky about the trees that they use. They only like the gum trees where they can eat eucalyptus leaves. And they have a home range where they only use about 3 or 4 trees, and that's it. Otherwise, they'll go into another koala's territory. Okay, so I colored her ears. Now I'm going to color her face. And you can use a marker, a crayon. Black crayon works good if you press lightly, or a pencil crayon. but we are gonna use the marker. So I've gone right over her cheeks, but we can still see the pink under the fur there. Now, the reason that they're called koalas is it's actually an Aboriginal word for doesn't drink, because you very rarely see a koala drink water. What they do instead is eat gum leaves, eat the eucalyptus, and that gives them the water they need. The only time they ever come down and drink water is if there's like a big drought or something's wrong. So a lot of people, if they see a koala on the ground, they call the wildlife specialist, because koalas don't like to be on the ground. It usually means that something is wrong and that koala needs some help. So if you're in Australia and you see a koala on the ground, you can call the wildlife specialist to come pick that koala up. Make sure they're okay. All right, so we've done her face. We're gonna do her body now. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do her tummy a little bit pink. Because she is a cartoon. She's pretty fabulous with her pink on her. There we go. And the rest of her body. Now koalas sleep up to 18 hours a day. They like their sleep. And where do they sleep? In the trees, yes. They kind of find little places where the branches jut out and sleep sitting there. Now you can only find koalas in Australia. They don't exist outside of zoos. They're not in the wild anywhere else. And they've had a big problem this year with the bushfires that have happened. So the population of the koalas has gone down significantly. So it's really important that they're taken care of and don't become endangered. Okay. Woo. When a koala has a baby, the baby's called a joey. And the baby, when it's born, is only about an inch long. Can you believe that? Really small. And the baby, as soon as it's born, it has a great sense of smell. It crawls up into its mummy's pouch, where it spends 6 months in there just drinking milk. After that, the next 6 months of the koala joey are spent on mom's back. So sometimes you see pictures of koalas and they've got this little baby koala on their back. That means that they aren't quite a year yet. After they're a year, they're able to leave mom's back and start exploring on their own. I'm going to call my little koala Casey. Casey the koala, and she is great. I'm going to leave her tail, actually, no, I'm going to color it a little bit gray there. Alright, so that's Casey the koala. I might fill in my tree and my eucalyptus leaves, but for now, that's Casey. I'd love to see your koalas. Let us know, and you can follow us online, on Instagram, on YouTube, or on Facebook. See you next week. Bye.